Good afternoon. Welcome to Afternoon Chat. I'm your host, Ghost Mosley. The chat is up and running. How's everybody doing today? I'm tired. I know. Short night last night. I got up at 5 o'clock this morning. I don't know why. Well, I had a good morning. I got everything done, but didn't get a nap. I don't know what's going on. What are you guys up to? I was watching the Minnesota shooting all over again. It just left me with questions. I don't understand. Number one, how come they say police on their vest, but they haven't been trained like police? And that doesn't seem right in itself. I'm trying to look at both sides, and near as I can figure, it looks like we need a grand jury investigation. Get to the bottom of it, one way or another. In the court of public opinion, Trump and his goons are losing, as usual. It's all obscene. It's all, I don't know. I feel like America is being stripped of our dignity. I just feel like it's gone. We are not a third world country, but according to our president, here we are, threatening our allies, cozying up to our enemies. I don't know. I got no clue what this country is doing. I think this is all of it is meant to distract from the Epstein files. I honestly do. I mean, that's the only thing that makes sense. They haven't released the dang files, so it all seems just obscene. Well, what warrant was that ICE officer serving? Oh, ICE isn't using warrants? When did we change that? Don't we have a constitution that says that a judge has to sign off on a warrant before you go hunt somebody down? And who were they hunting down? Why was there only one ICE officer that felt threatened and drew his weapon? None of the others had their weapon out. When exactly did this guy draw his weapon? Did he make up his mind to kill the woman before he drew the weapon or after he drew the weapon? I don't have any of these answers. Why was he videotaping with his phone at the same time he was killing someone? That makes no sense either. None of this adds up. None of it. To me, this whole putting ICE on the streets thing is just, it's insanity. We're not a third world country. It makes no sense at all. But I trust in a grand jury investigation. They will get to the bottom of it. And if charges need to be filed, a grand jury will file charges. So I think that's what we need to do, is call for a grand jury investigation. But I'm looking back and I'm thinking back, and why does ICE have to carry lethal weapons? Are they getting in firefights and it's just not hitting the news? They seem to be in full tactical gear. None of it adds up. But I think that they don't need to be carrying lethal weapons. I haven't seen anyone fight them. All I've seen people do is run and get hurt, get injured. Innocent people that have not been convicted of a pardon me. They haven't been convicted of a single crime. I don't get it. Nothing adds up. But I can't consider ICE to be law enforcement. I just can't. They haven't been trained in how to deal with the public, our public. So they're not law enforcement. It appears to be Trump's private army that he has unleashed. They, in every instance, are acting as the aggressor. I don't see anyone else acting as the aggressor. The aggressor is acting in self-defense. That doesn't make any sense. Feel free to jump in the chat and explain it to me. That's what all this show is about, you know. Afternoon chat, Monday through Friday, 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Streamed exclusively on YouTube. I'm not AI, okay? I'm just a guy sitting on his couch trying to figure it all out. And none of this adds up. A president gets elected to represent all Americans, yet this one is unleashing an army against us. I don't get it. Feel free to jump in there and straighten me out. But for me, this does not make any sense at all. 3,000 troops to Minnesota? Give me a break. I've been to Minnesota. It's a nice place, full of nice people. It is not a war zone. But apparently, our exalted hot dog wants it to be a war zone. What was this ICE officer's mission? Who was he there to detain? Yeah. If he's going after murderers and rapists, and I have yet to see a paid agitator. Never. What's that job pay? And how do I apply? Somebody explain it to me, please. There's no paid agitators. I don't get it. What I get is our exalted hot dog is inevitably responsible for all of it, for every death, for every injury. And as far as I'm concerned, ICE has got to be losing a bunch of lawsuits. They're roughing up people. They're killing people without just cause. If that car was going at him on purpose, how did it miss him? He was 5 foot away from it, and he shot through the driver's side window, not through the front windshield, through the driver's side window. And what's he doing discharging a firearm? Her friend was on the other side of her car in the line of fire. A police officer would not make that. He wouldn't take that shot. They're trained not to hurt other people. Nothing adds up about this. That's where I'm at. Where are you at? I don't think ICE officers need to have lethal weapons. The tear gas I see him using, they shouldn't have. It's illegal. I saw him in Chicago shoot a priest or a pastor in the head with a pepper ball. That shouldn't be happening either. We don't raise arms against people in the clergy. Give me a break. These supposed Christians, give me a break. These are the most unchristian acting Christians I've ever seen. Unbelievable. I'm just, they've stripped away America's dignity. It's gone. We have no dignity left. And I thank DJT for that. Gets elected to represent all Americans, except the ones that he wants to sick his army on. Racial profiling is illegal. It is unconstitutional. Our U.S. Constitution, that all of these clowns take an oath to support and defend, and they're pressing it to its limits at every turn. If you want to go get a murderer and a rapist, get a warrant. You want to walk down the street and round up brown people, find something else to do. It's illegal. Gosh, I just very disheartened, disillusioned. America is better than this. At least it should be. That's my opinion. Feel free to jump in the chat and voice yours. I'll let you have your say. I don't know what else I can do. You know, I wanted to put a video out, but I'm too tired today. If I'd have shot a video this morning, I'd have been dropping F-bombs like they were going out of style. It's all insanity. America looks absurd to the world. We do not look trustworthy, I guarantee you that. All trust is gone. Attacking Greenland, Cuba, Venezuela, Nigeria. What the hell are we doing, people? Congress is supposed to stop this kind of crap from happening in our streets. Congress is not doing their job. I will reiterate, I will say it again and again and again. Vote every incumbent out of office. All of them. Wipe the slate clean. Get them all out of office. Let's get a new group of Americans in there and let's start over from scratch. These people are dysfunctional. There are no checks and balances when the people that are supposed to do the job refuse. I have plans of shooting videos this week, and one of them is on the system of our government and how to explain it. None of it makes any sense. Democrats and Republicans are supposed to work together. That's their job. If you and I go get a job and we're told to work with somebody, what happens when we don't, when we refuse? We get fired. Sorry, I don't mean to rant. I'm just trying to sort this out, and none of it makes any sense. The only ones with weapons on that street in Minnesota were the ICE agents. The only ones acting aggressively on that street in Minnesota were the ICE agents. I don't know what to tell you. It's sad. It's really, really sad. And I blame Trump and all his minions. And I hope our next president unmasks these ICE agents and identifies them as the troublemakers that they appear to be. They think it's okay to harass their fellow citizens. They think it's okay to walk up and demand to see their papers. It appears that they're trying to cause confrontation. They're trying to stir up trouble. They're trying to cause chaos in America with no apparent reason. They're not deporting killers. They're not deporting rapists. They're deporting cooks, dishwashers, maids, construction workers, farm hands, ranch hands, babysitters. Give me a break. It's believe me, this is going to do nothing but get worse. Every problem we have on Earth has to be solved by human beings. That's the only way the problem can be solved, is when human beings do it. Animals, plants don't solve your problems. Only people do. In this case, people are creating the problem. not solving anything. I see so much insecurity. That's what they're causing, insecurity, destabilizing this country. If you see it different, please enlighten me. Enlighten the chat. Tell us. For right now, it's not a good time to be in America. It's not a good time to be an American. Yeah, I tore up my beard today. I caught it in my zipper. I found out that the hard way. I guess when I zip up, I'm going to have to protect myself. Our weather, it's Michigan. Our weather's turning to crap again. Well, it is January, so, take that for what it's worth. So, what are you guys up to? What's on your mind? I shot a video yesterday, but I'm not going to post it until Saturday. I'm going to continue to shoot some more, and then I'll post a group all at the same time. I don't know why. Well, I plan on putting them all in a playlist, so I'm going to go through all my normal hits, hatred, tolerance, I'll cover them all. I was thinking, well, the one I did yesterday was 1 minute, 10 seconds or something. Oh, that was pretty basic. That was just on liars. But, they'll get longer. I'll probably do 5, 10, 15-minute type videos. I need to get some playing hours and I need to get more people in the chat. So I can't just sit on my hands. I got to do something, I'm trying to make an honest attempt to build a channel here, and thus far I'm failing. So take that for what it's worth. The guy without a plan is failing? What the hell? Yeah, I know. I'm ridiculous. As far as I know, I'm the only unscripted show on TV. So, well, I think comedians are better at it than I am. I'm not. We'll see how it goes, but don't hold your breath, okay? I'll keep muddling through it. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I had horrible numbers on yesterday's show, but it's okay because I went off. So, let that one slip by. Yeah. Spectrum. What? Go figure, The Friday show Spectrum killed. The Monday show, Spectrum said, "Oh yeah, it can all function today. It can all work," But they murdered Friday's show. Okay, I think it ended up 7 minutes long, Yeah, I know I'm a smoker. Get past it. Or don't, you know? Yeah. I had a nice breakfast with my father this morning. He's doing well. He gave me a high five because I'm having senior moments. He thought it was celebratory, you know. He says, "Welcome to my world," and he puts up his hand. He's, "Give me a high five." He's 87 and full of piss and vinegar. I love it. I told my youngest son the other day that I'm probably going to live till I'm uh, at least 89. My grandfather on my father's side lived till he was 85, and he smoked Lucky Strikes. Okay. My father's 87 and going strong. So I'm figuring I should outlive, right? Yeah, we'll see. Time will tell. Don't worry, I'll end the TV show before I get into my 80s. My young son was giving me crap about being 60 or turning 69 this year and being on TV. He thought it was a gotcha moment, you know. He calls me old man. Okay. Well, he's 28, you know, so he's full of it. He thinks that, you know, he's indestructible. So, yeah, I'm running late on everything. I just popped open the Dr. Pepper. Just got out of the shower, you know. Yeah. I'm having chicken for dinner. You're not invited. I only bought 2 breasts. That's just enough for me. I'm probably, well, the way I feel today, I'm probably going to be firing up a bowl right at the second I get off with the stream. So, what are you guys up to? What do you guys want to talk about? What's on your mind? I have no agenda for today's show. That whole Minnesota thing has just thrown me for a loop. I'm like, get back to the Epstein files. They've got millions and millions of documents, and they only released 1,200. I mean, it's not even a percentage, is it? Is it a full percentage, 1% of what they have? I want to see the banking records. I want to see who paid the pedophile. Who paid the pimp? You know, the guy was running women. Somebody was paying him to do it. They don't do that shit for free. I was listening last night and they were saying that they thought he was tied in with Israeli intelligence. I wouldn't doubt it. All these governments and all these countries, US included, they do some shady shit. in national security interest, of course. God, what a catch-all. It's what it is. It's everything I want to do. I can say that's national security. National security would start by not sicking ICE agents on America. And I don't understand why these ICE agents are doing this. I understand they give them a $50,000 bribe. I get that. A lot of people do a lot of nasty shit for money. I'm not going down and signing up. And I could really use $50,000. Okay. But no, thank you. I have morals. I have ethics. There are certain things I ain't willing to do. And rounding up brown people because they're brown seems like not a good use of your time. Well, we can hope that 40 years from now, the brown people take over and then they sick ICE on all the white people. I think that would be just desserts, don't you? Round them crackers up. Get them out of here. That's how absurd it is. There's one human race on this planet. Everything else is a subgroup. You can be as prejudiced as you want. It's not illegal. But it ain't going to get you anywhere in life. Yeah. Prejudice doesn't win you any friends. Okay. Your prejudice keeps people at a distance. Isn't that what it's designed for? So eventually no one will be on your team. You'll be standing alone. Or imagine the last bigot on the planet Earth. How alone is that bastard going to feel? Think about that poor slob. His imagination will run away with him. That's what prejudice is that your imagination runs away with your mind, right? I gotta hate all those people. I gotta fear all those people uncontrollably. God, how absurd is that? Prejudice is fear-based. If you can't control your fears, I'll tell you what, I come from Michigan. All right. Redneck country. Okay. I got past my prejudice at a very young age. Playing with black kids was a lot better than playing by myself. Duh. God. When you want to play ball and you got a glove and you got a ball, go find somebody to play catch with. I don't think it matters what color they are. Now when you're a kid, all that prejudice is based on fear. They can't control their fear. They can't control their imagination. Yeah. Very immature people. The Civil Rights Act, what was that, 1964, 65? In there somewhere. Okay. What? Yeah. What more do you need? It just, I'm sorry. I don't have patience for any people like that. If you're a liar, you're never going to get invited to my home. If you're a bigot, you're never going to get invited to my home. You're not going to be welcome here. It's my home. Okay. And I ain't putting up with it. I don't want those kind of people around me. I literally sit down and I make a list. And if you're on the negative influences of my life side of that list, bye. I don't have time for you, honey. Sorry. No, the only time I'm going to schedule time for positive influences on my life, not for negative influences on my life. I schedule my time purposely. I suggest you do too. It was A.L. Williams, I think. I went to some class or something that they were offering, and they just told you, make a list. On one column, positive influences on your life. On the other column, negative influences on your life. Consciously find more time for the positive column and consciously find less time for the negative column. It don't take long at all, and that negative column is gone. It's disappeared. It's no longer in your life. That's been my life experience. I don't know. It's like I can't sit in judgment over other people. I don't want to. But if you show me that you're not a good person, okay, I'm never going to invite you into my home. Once you show me that you're a bad person, I'm done. Next. Okay. That's how I run my life. Are you going to invite these kind of people into your home? If so, why? What do you get from that? I don't understand some of the things that human beings do. They make no common sense, Common sense dictates that if you need help with something, get someone to help you. And common sense dictates that if you need someone to help you and you want to get someone to help you, you've got to get past the ways in which they're different than you. Get over it. I was explaining it last week. I wear black or gray t-shirts. If you wear a white t-shirt, why would I want you on my team? I believe in black and gray. If I want you on my team, I guess I'm going to have to get past it. And then when I find out that you're wearing a crew neck and I wear nothing but V-neck t-shirts, oh my goodness. I guess I'm going to have to get past that too. I know, and it's an absurd and a childish explanation, but you get my point. When you're inclusive, you can get people to help you. If you're an exclusive club, you only let white people in, guess what? Yeah. Eventually you'll be there alone. Okay. You don't understand that comment? I can explain it to you. Go get you one of them boxes of crayons, the 64 color boxes, and mix them all up. Draw all the colors together. Yeah, the white just disappears. It's like it was never even there. Okay. Every other color dominates white. Hello. Yeah. If you really do mix all the colors, you're going to get black. I think that's hilarious. You want to talk race relations with me? Get a box of crayons. I'm going to teach you something real quick. That's what all this resurgence of racism is all about. I had a diversity class, a corporate diversity class about, I'll say 15 years ago. And they made a prediction in that class. They said that by the year, I think they said by the year 2030, the white population in America would be in the minority. I think that's what spurred all this resurgence of racism. Social issues is like putting your hands inside a rubber band. Every time society moves one way, the other way has got to follow eventually. You keep pulling and society will break. Assuming society never breaks, that rubber band is going to keep. So you got your racism that takes a step forward, but eventually it's got to come back. That's the way society works. I think I learned that from a show called Adam Ruins Everything. Adam Conover. Yeah, something like that. It was a TV show back in the day. But, this is the way society moves, is at a snail pace. It doesn't take leaps and bounds ever. And every time the racists rear their ugly heads, it's just a matter of time before they have to go back and hide behind some giant boulder or something so that you can't see their racist tendencies. They'll still be there, but eventually society realizes that they are in such a great minority that their opinion just does not matter. We move on without them. If you're a racist and you walk into corporate America and you try to get inside the system and function, that system finds you out and weeds you out quickly. They can't afford the lawsuits that come along with your bigoted ideas. It's just like a guy that wants to sexually harass a young woman in the workplace. It's a matter of time before you're gone, son. So the next time you reach down and pat that girl on the butt as she walks by, that's the door about to hit you in the ass because you're on your way out. She's going to get a $50,000 settlement and keep that job forever. Okay. You're the one that's going to be gone. Misogyny ain't going to cut it in this day and age. Bigotry ain't going to cut it in this day and age. Oh, you can function in your own little corner of the world. Yeah. You want to, go be a clerk in the junkyard, but you're never going to have a career in corporate America, son. Ain't going to happen. Prejudice don't make it in the workplace. Bigotry don't make it in the workplace. Misogyny don't make it in the workplace. Doomed to fail. I think it's hilarious because it should be doomed to fail. Okay? I just, I look at this and what these people, the decisions, the choices these people are making to be an ICE agent and put on a mask and go out and hunt people that have done nothing. Nothing. That guy you're arresting, his parents probably brought him here when he was 5 years old. He didn't break a law. God. He's not a rapist. He's not a murderer. He's our neighbor. Once you've worked with someone, doesn't matter if they speak your language or not. Doesn't matter if they have an accent or not. Doesn't matter what color their skin is. Doesn't matter what religion they are. None of your little subgroup dividers matter at all. Once you work with somebody, when you've shared the burden, the workload with them, they're a part of you. If you go into work the next day and they're not there, you notice. You want that guy there because now he's not there and you got to do his work. Yeah, brilliant move. Once you break bread with somebody, once you sit down at a meal, they're a part of your family. You're not willing to discard them. The next time you sit down at a meal and they're not there, you're going to, well, what the heck happened to Joe? Everybody, all human beings are all codependent on one another. Our lives are all intertwined. I'm live streaming to you on my laptop, a Chromebook. I don't know who made it. I don't know who made all the individual parts that are inside it. I don't know their names. But I needed them to do their job, and by God, they did it. We're all codependent on one another. You can't do anything. not by yourself. You think life by yourself will work? You're wrong. Your workload gets so hard it killed people by the time they were 40 years old back in the day. Other people being involved in your life, helping you with things, make your life easier. Okay? They improve the quality of your life. Whether you realize it or not. I know there's a faction of America that's been telling people for years that, oh, they're lazy. They don't want to work. They are just looking for a handout. They're a welfare queen. Not true. Everybody works every day. Fortunately, there's enough of us that if you're sick or you got a surgery today, someone can cover for you in your spot temporarily until you get back. But all of us, everyone, not just in America, but in every country on the globe, they have to work every day or they don't survive. If you don't work, how are you going to house yourself? How are you going to feed your family? You must work. And that's everywhere. I don't care if you're living in a grass shack in Somalia. You got to get up and go to work or you're not going to survive. If you live in New York City and you work on Wall Street, you've got to get up and go to work every day or you do not survive. How long does it take you to become homeless if you can't pay your rent? A month? Okay. You're not going to survive if you don't go to work. That's why the system works, is we all go to work. Everybody does their job. The guys that make the computers, just like the one I'm using, they go into work every day. They're reliable. They're dependable. I can walk into Best Buy right now and I can buy one of 100 different brands of computer. All them thousands of people went to work every day, made that possible. There's no such thing as America first when we're all codependent on one another, when we're all relying on one another. You don't want to be the odd man out. You don't want to be alone. You want more people on your team. That's the secret to success. It is. There's no other way to put it. I depend on you every day, no matter what your job is. If you don't do your job, society itself is screwed. That's why they want to divvy us up into smaller subgroups, is to make us easier to control. And that way, when we get pissed off, we don't all refuse to work. These people, got a long way till they grow up. They got a lot to learn. Divvying you up into subgroups is the only tool they got in their toolbox. If they can't make the Democrats think the Republicans are plotting against them and are evil, then the Democrats and the Republicans would work together. When they work together, they succeed. Every time you work together with someone else, you succeed faster. It doesn't matter what the task is. The solution to the world's problems are human beings. Doesn't matter what the problem is. When you get more human beings working on it, that problems get solved, but quick. Unity is the key. Get past your differences with your fellow man. Get over it. You see it every day. You just don't realize it. Open up your door. Look outside. Everything that you see that is built, everything that is made, that's your bona fide proof. That's your evidence that the human beings before you were able to put their differences aside and work together and build something. We build big things, great things, useful things, helpful things. And we don't fail. If you're failing, I don't care at what task, if you're failing, you need more people. Go get more human beings to help you. It's a simple numbers game. You want to build a house? There's only one of you. It could take you a few years, especially if you don't know what you're doing. Go get 2,000 people to help you build a house and tell me how long that take. Not long at all if you can split up the work and you got more people with more knowledge on your team. Think about it. The key to our success is us, okay? Working together. Unify. Don't let them divvy you up into subgroups. Every time you let them divvy you up into a subgroup, they win. You lose. It's pretty basic stuff to me. I mean, that's the way I see it. Feel free to jump in the chat, straighten me out if you think I've taken a wrong turn here. If you've got a problem, you need help, get more people on your team. Then the help will be there and you won't no longer have a problem. It will be fixed. You will achieve all your goals if you get enough people to help you. I saw a little bit of TMZ earlier today, and people were talking about a politician that's running for an office in some local office like mayor of LA or something. All he needs is people. If he gets enough people on his team, he can get elected. Donald Trump did. And he was a convicted felon. If you get enough people on your team, you will achieve your goals. End of story. And the more people you get, the faster you achieve your goals. Any problem on planet Earth will be solved by human beings. Monkeys ain't going to do it. Bears ain't going to do it. Mountain lions ain't going to do it. The only problem solvers we have are human beings. And it's not just the black ones, not just the yellow ones, not just the brown ones, not just the white ones. You need them all. Okay. That's what's so costly for the human race when we have wars, is we're ending bloodlines. You may not be the solution to our problem, but your grandchild could be. If we were to educate your grandchild, that might be the particular human being that can solve the particular problem. The problem's not going to solve itself. And every time the human race ends these bloodlines, we're delaying our success. The human race is shooting itself in the foot every time we end a bloodline. The more brains that we can get to solve our problem, the quicker our problem gets solved. Doesn't matter what the problem is. And it doesn't matter which human being's brain it is. But humans and their brains solve our problems. Well, that's my opinion. This is an open chat room. Feel free to jump in and voice your opinion. Your opinion matters. It counts just as much as mine. Maybe more. I could be wrong. Right now, there are wars going on all over the world. Ukraine and Russia. Cambodia and Thailand. India and Pakistan. Venezuela and the United States. Every time we end a bloodline, we're doing a disservice to the human race. We need to protect every child and educate every child so that they might grow up and solve our world's problems. It's really simple. But it's really hard to get all these people to stop killing one another. It's hard. The solution is simple. But to achieve that solution is really hard. We need a smart human being to come in and resolve all the conflicts in the world. We need to educate our youth until they educate us. Just keep teaching them. Once they start teaching you back, you've done your job. My kids teach me stuff all the time, and I'm proud of them for it. Every time they enlighten me about something, I'm like, I did a damn good job raising that kid. I'll take a bow. that. You can think any way you want, but I'm telling you, from my perspective, the world, not just the United States, but the world needs to unify. They need to get over themselves and they need to stop killing one another and start educating one another. The smarter the human race gets, the better off the human race is. It's basic. The more intelligence, the more patience, the more understanding we have, the better off we will be. Think about it. Like, look at a disease like polio. If a human being didn't come up with a cure for polio, where would we be? Human beings solve all our problems. They are the answer. That's what we need, is more human beings. If more human beings pay their taxes, your burden is lessened, isn't it? If more human beings vote Democratic, then we're going to elect a Democratic president. More human beings in the most recent election voted Republican. Thus, we have a Republican president. If you want to win an election, get more human beings on your side. Plain and simple. It doesn't matter what your task is. If you want to do dishes, you can do the dishes. You have the ability. But if you get another human being to help you do the dishes, what happens? You cut your workload in half and you're going to be done sooner. Now, what happens if you get 10 people to help you do the dishes? I'll tell you what happened. The dishes don't need to be done. They're already done. If you put 10 people on that job's getting done quick. It doesn't matter what the task is. What matters is how many people are on your side, how many people are on your team. The more human beings you have on your team, the faster you attain all your goals. You want to try to do something alone, go right ahead. It's your prerogative. Good luck with that. You're going to work hard. I don't care what your task. You're going to work hard. You're going to work hard because you chose to work alone. There are some things in this world one man can't do. Let me see one man build the Mackinac Bridge. Ain't going to happen. I don't care how good that man is. It ain't going to happen. The job's too big. Mackinac Bridge is in northern Michigan. My point is real simple. Get more help. Get more people. More people, quicker success. No chance of failure if you got enough people on your team. The odds that you're going to fail drop to minuscule if you've got a big enough team. It's the same thing in these wars and these battles. If one country's attacking another country, they want to have 5 times the number of weapons, 5 times the number of humans going against one. They want to outnumber them. More people on your team guarantees your success. Doesn't matter what you're trying to do. Feel free to jump in the chat. You guys are welcome. If you want to be able to chat, you need to go to youtube.com and download that Discord app. And then use your phone or laptop or iPad or tablet of some type. I'm told some of the newer TVs have the ability to chat built into them, but I haven't seen one of them. So, and I'm not telling anybody to go buy anything. I'm not selling anything to you or anyone else. Afternoon Chat is a free show. No midstream ads, no sponsors, no commercials. I'm not running for political office. I'm not coming out with a line of merch. Okay. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm sorry I'm the only one that's on TV telling you to unify with your neighbors, to let them in on your team, to get past your differences, to grow up. I wish it was on every network. I wish it was on every show. Take 5 minutes and tell people, stand together. When you stand together, your workload is lessened and you achieve your goals faster. Doesn't matter what you're working on. It doesn't matter what the job is. More people equals more success. More people on your team is all you need to accomplish anything. My channel is a prime example, okay? I need likes and subscribes and viewing hours in order to get my channel monetized eventually. The more people I get on my team, the sooner I succeed. If I fail to get these people, what happens to my channel? Failure, right? It's basic. It's like Michigan football team jumps to mind. When they go and they play a smaller school, Michigan's got their team outnumbered by a bunch. And they play and Michigan runs a score up on them. They've got more people on their team. If you're trying to do something, recruit help. Get past your differences with other people. Go beyond that. And you guarantee your success. Try to go it alone. Try to build that Mackinac Bridge by yourself. I see failure in your future. Okay? Deal with it. It's not a time to make subgroups. Don't divvy people up. Don't separate people. Accept people as they are and welcome them in with open arms. The good guys outnumber the bad guys by a lot. Back in the 70s, I saw a statistic. They were talking about police technology passing laws and trying to reduce crime. They couldn't. No matter what laws they passed, no matter what militarized tactics they took on, they could not reduce the crime. It stayed at a constant 7%. They tried passing more laws, couldn't move the needle. Seven 7% of the human population can be classified as felony criminal. These are the ones that are out there stealing cars, robbing 7-Elevens, shooting people, raping people. 7% of the population. No matter how many laws they passed, no matter how they tried to enforce those laws, they could never move that number. It never went to 8%. It never went to 6%. It remained constant at 7% of the population throughout the history of America. I know if you watch the news, they're scaring you. They want you to think there's a man with a submachine gun on every corner that's been planning to gun you down for months. It's not true. They're using your fears to divvy you up into smaller groups of people. They try to separate you by religion. They try to separate you by race. They try to separate you by the languages you speak. They keep trying to push you into subgroups and divvy you up into smaller and smaller groups. And every time they do, they tell each group that other group is out to get you. There's some evil SOBs. They're not. It's just a subgroup. They're just like you. They love their parents. They work hard. They're trying to build for a future. They're trying to take care of their family. They're just like you. All human beings are basically the same. At the same time, we're all unique individuals. I'm going to wear my black and gray t-shirts. I'm going to grow a beard. I'm going to have long hair. You're going to dress the way you dress. You're going to take care of yourself the way that you take care of yourself. We're all unique individuals, but at the same time, we are all human beings, and we are the only human beings we have. So if you kill off all the Palestinians, what's that do to the human race? It slows our progress. None of those grandchildren of those Palestinians can get educated, and none of them can solve the world's problems. The only way we got to solve the world's problems is with human beings. An oak tree is not going to solve Earth's problems, but a human being can. And sometimes it only takes one human being. somebody to think up the solution to our problem. No matter how complex the need is, a human being will eventually solve it, unless we killed off that bloodline and we delay human race's progress again. Of all the bloodlines that we have destroyed throughout the history of this planet, many of them were solutions to problems that could have been solved on this planet. By killing those bloodlines off, the human race is doing itself a disservice. They are shooting themselves in the foot. They are slowing their progress. Every human life has value. An intrinsic value. A value you don't see, but it's there anyways, whether you can see it or not. The only problem solvers we have are human beings. That's my belief. Feel free to jump in the chat and share yours. My belief is every life has value, great value. We need every bloodline. We need every human being we can get. And we need to educate them from a young age. And they will grow up to be an intelligent adult that can help us solve our nation's or our world's problems. These problems will not solve themselves. They will remain until we, as the human beings, solve it. Ex-Coderama, I appreciate that. How are you today, brother? I don't like coding. I tried coding, I tried programming. That's not my area of expertise. But I respect the people that do it. Could you imagine if no one wrote code? There'd be no electronics, no computers. It's a necessary evil. Okay. I tried writing a computer program when I was, God, I'm going to say 26 or 27 years old. I was successful. I wrote a very small program, and I told myself, I'll never do that again. And I haven't. Yeah. Welcome to Afternoon Chat. Thanks for joining us today. I appreciate you. People just call you X. I go by Ghost mostly. I used to have a band, and I used to write lyrics for the band, and I didn't want them to owe me anything, so I was a ghost writer, and they gave me the name, the moniker, Ghost Mostly. Then when I started to do this project, I liked the name. I was used to it, so I just moved it forward, and I created Ghost Mostly Media, and I started this show. What part of the world you in, X? I have been doing this about 4 months now. I'm starting to get better at it, and I just started making videos. I'm trying over the next couple of months to see if I can't garner more attention and get more people in the chat. But I would prefer that the people in the chat actually control the show. I've been through Utah a number of times. I had met some real nice people there. I was in Provo, met a bunch of nice people up there. Salt Lake City was beautiful. I thought it was real pretty. And I used to go hiking in southern Utah back in the day. I lived in Vegas for 33 years. And you could get in a car and be in Utah in 2 hours. And, you know, they got beautiful, beautiful parks that seem to stretch on forever. I remember, well, I was thinking of Rock Springs, Wyoming. Well, you're always welcome, X. And we can discuss anything you want to talk about anytime. Monday through Friday, 3 to 5 Eastern. So far, I've been talking to people in like 8 different countries over the course of the last 4 months. I think it's interesting. I used to, when I worked in Vegas, I was in the table games, dealing blackjack, craps, and roulette. And I got used to meeting like 100 people a week. And I just loved it. And then my retirement, I missed it. So I thought, well, I'll just create a live chat room and I'll host it. That way I get to meet people. Find out what's on their mind, what are their priorities, what do they want to discuss. I'm not on any of the other platforms, so it's going to take me a while to build up a solid chat. I'm not on X or Blue Sky or Truth Social or any of those. But I do like people. And I do believe in ghosts. Yeah. It's really convenient. Utah is easy to get to when you're living out west. I don't care if you're in the northwest or the southwest. It's quick. I used to vacation in Colorado, and I liked going out into desolate areas. After living in the city and being around so many people, when I took my vacations, I wanted to go hiking or mountain climbing or something, get away from all the people and get some solitude and some peace of mind back. I think you could drive from Vegas to Salt Lake in like 5 hours. I mean, all the way across Utah. But some of those rock formations they got in southern Utah are just bizarre looking. You can look at some of them and think you're on a different planet. I swear. We used to do day trips up to what was it, Bryce Canyon. We just pack a cooler with some beverages and Subway sandwiches or something, and we'd drive up and just go hiking and have a picnic and spend the day. I love that stuff. I went to all the states around Nevada on these little day trips. I used to go to Death Valley all the time in the winter. You can't go there in the summer. It gets like 130 degrees. Like between Memorial Day and Labor Day, the park is closed down there, Death Valley. But it's a great trip. You go in the wintertime and it's nice. A lot of people in Utah do skiing too. Do you ski out there? I used to snowmobile. Hey, we got to stay positive in this life, brother. Okay. The whole world, you turn on your TV and it's being negative. And I just don't want to do that. I want to be positive and put a positive spin. I think that the world is waiting for us to mature. When we all work together, we're going to solve all the problems, and then their quality of life will really go up. Yeah, I was in Vegas 33 years. I was born and raised in Michigan. And that's where I'm at now, Southwest Michigan. And we got bad weather coming in this week. And my father told me the high on Saturday is supposed to be 9 degrees. I'm not excited for 9 degrees. But I am excited because every day I know that we're getting closer to spring. And I'm definitely a spring guy. I love spring. When there's buds on all the trees and the animals all come out and start scurrying about. Quality of life, the way I see it. I remember the first thing I used to do in the spring was go get my fishing license. Fishing is just great entertainment. You're outdoors. You know, that's the first plus. And it just gets better from there. I was out in the middle of nowhere a couple of years back. This is a funny little story. I'm fishing, just me, by myself. And I'm next to a road. There's a creek and a bridge. And we're probably, well, it was private property, but I'd say this was definitely a rural area. There's not really foot traffic, just cars whipping by at about 50 miles an hour. I'm standing there fishing, and I got my line in the water, and a guy comes walking by. I think he lived nearby or something. He was just out walking his dog. And he was a magician. And he showed me a card trick while I'm out fishing in the middle of friggin' nowhere. A street magician comes walking up and gives me a private show. I love that. People are so cool, you know. You can find joy in the middle of nowhere. And he was a pretty good magician too. It was a pretty good card trick. He didn't have a deck of cards, but he did have the card that I picked. I don't know. That's why it was a good trick. But I do believe in ghosts. And I like magic. My ghost story came from Cripple Creek, Colorado. I was working in a casino up there, and a girl quit her job. She got scared by a ghost. I was in a management position, so I went up to surveillance to see what had happened. And it was a ghost. I ain't lying. She was working at a bar doing dishes, washing glasses, and stacking them up on a tray on the top of the bar. While she was doing the dishes, one of the glasses came off the top of the stack. I'm talking a stack a couple of feet high, sets itself down on the bar. She looks at the glass, reaches for it. The glass moves out of her reach. Well, you're thinking, all right, a wet bar, right? The bar was dry. The glass was. She was taken aback, but she continued doing her work. And then she reached for the glass again. And it moved in another direction away from her. She lost it. She was like, that's it. I'm out of here. This place is haunted. And boom, she hit the door. She wasn't 30 seconds to hit that door. I ain't lying. I felt bad as a supervisor, but she was literally scared. And you cannot force someone to get past their fears. They have to do that on their own. I was so impressed with it, I had the surveillance operator burn me a copy onto a CD. I went home and I threw that in my home computer and I watched it a dozen times. It was crazy. The glass was upside down on that top tray, and it picked itself up, turned itself over, and set it down gently. It didn't fall. Gravity was not involved. It was so bizarre. So then years later, when I'm, writing music for the band and I'm telling them, I just want to be a ghostwriter. You don't need to put my name on anything. You don't owe me anything. It was my band, but I didn't sing. I didn't play music. I didn't write music. All I was doing was lyrics and hosting. We wrote 22 songs in a year. It's almost a song every 2 weeks. It was pretty cool. But the band broke up during the pandemic. The drummer committed suicide. The bass player went to prison for methamphetamines. And the lead guitarist got Parkinson's and couldn't strum a guitar. it just kind of dissolved. But I liked having a band. That was a lot of fun. I like music, though. I was thinking about adding some music to this show, actually. I was thinking about some public domain instrumental blues or jazz, maybe, just low and in the background. Well, in case people get tired of hearing my voice, give them something else to focus on, you know. Just one of the thoughts that ran through my mind. I also thought about creating chat rooms in other times of the day. I was thinking I could do a morning chat, I could do an evening chat, or a late night chat. Just thoughts, no real decisions, you know. But I kind of like the format here. Getting to meet people works for me. I do need to ask people to like and subscribe, though. That will help the channel. I want this show to always be free, but I need to make money with other projects, other original films and stuff. Hopefully I'll get the channel monetized eventually. When I decided to do this project, I told myself I got to do it for 3 years to give myself an honest attempt. Well, I don't have a producer. I don't have a director. I don't have an IT department. I don't have a makeup artist. Okay. And I'm not AI. Here's your proof. AI doesn't smoke. And I do. I'm a human being with flaws and all, sitting on one end of his couch. But I'm enjoying this show. I love it. And I don't mind talking to people about unity and about tolerating others. I think that that's one of the keys to quality of life is the people you surround yourself with, the relationships that you develop. Personal opinion. I mean, you guys can disagree if you want, but to me, I want to be surrounded with people I like and love and care about. Those are the people I want around me, and I think that's what gives me the quality of life. Well, quantity of life is not guaranteed to any of us. Each of us could get hit by a bus tomorrow. All right. We got no guarantees. So the best thing you can do for your life is have quality of life, in my opinion. And the first step in quality of life is to invite other people in and share it with them. I enjoy seeing other perspectives. I enjoy learning from other people. I think that gives me a greater quality of life. I think as human beings, we learn from day one. It's all it is learning. One thing after another. You're going to learn your whole life. But I enjoy doing this. I think it's fun. I wish there were other people preaching unity on TV. Tolerance. I think it's important. People lose sight of the fact that they're not alone. You know, holiday depression I was talking about in December, you know. People get lonely. As far as I'm concerned, this show can cure your loneliness. Just jump in here and talk to people. Socialize. I think the worst that can happen is you're going to have a good time. Personal opinion. Okay. But I'll talk to anybody about anything. If I don't know anything about what you want to talk about, I'll tell you right up front. I'm not perfect. And I doubt that I ever will be. No matter how hard I try. It's just not likely to happen this late, you know. I got 2 kids that are grown, wonderful young men. I'm very proud of both of them. 2 sons. And I have a granddaughter. My granddaughter just got a 4-year scholarship to Portland University. I'm extremely excited for her, and I'm extremely proud of her. She's graduating high school 3 credits short of an associate's degree. And her goal with 4 years in college is to get her master's in social work, which I think that's wonderful that she wants to help other people. But I was just telling my oldest boy last week, he's made me 10 times more proud than I ever thought I could ever be. That's another one of the December kicks that I got on is I came up with it, give kudos where kudos are due. If you see somebody doing a good job, let them know you noticed and that you're impressed. I don't think as human beings we get enough recognition for all the good things that we do. And I see so many people doing good deeds. Crumbelina today. She's busy today. She's running around, my friend Crumbelina. She's running around helping other people do things. She's got problems of her own. She put those aside and she's running around helping other people. These are the kind of people you want to surround yourself with, in my opinion. Surround yourself with good people that are doing good things, and your life will improve. You don't have to be lonely in this day and age. You can pick up a computer, you can pick up a phone, you can talk to people, interact with people. I think some people are shy. Some people are more introverted and they have a hard time communicating. But I think people like that can watch or listen to a show like this and still get something out of it. I do. I get a lot out of it. Well, when I get to speak my mind, I feel good. I got to have my say. I was heard. I cherish that. It is of great value to me. And that's why I want to have the open chat. To give other people a chance to be heard. There is a caveat that I got to throw in there. We need to stay within the community guidelines that are established by YouTube. We don't want to piss them off. They're the only platform we're on. But also, foreign countries, I'm in the United States. I have freedom of speech. I can say anything I want. Foreign countries, not all of them have freedom of speech. And so I warn people, don't say anything that's going to get you in trouble with your government. I can't protect you from them. You know what I mean? But, over time, you're going to find me very protective of the people in the chat. I appreciate them all. Even if they're here for 10 minutes and leave, I do appreciate them. And I hope that they come back many times. Afternoon chat is always going to be an inclusive channel. Everyone with every opinion is going to be welcome here. You don't have to agree with me to chat in here. I'm not requiring anything of anyone, and I'm not selling anything to anyone. I just want to just talk, meet, have a few laughs. 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, 3 to 5 Eastern Standard Time. There's no hustle here, okay? I'm not trying to chase you down and tackle your wallet. I know it seems hard to believe in 2026, a free TV show. Isn't that amazing? I had something happen back in November. I'm sitting in my living room right next to the picture window here. A young man, neighbor of mine, he comes walking by and he's dribbling his basketball. And somebody in the chat was in Indonesia. And he says, I hear someone dribbling a basketball. Well, after the show ended, I went for a walk in the park and I go by the basketball and I see my neighbor. And he's over there shooting hoops. And I told him, I took a second, I stopped and I said, your dribble was heard all the way around the world. I thought that was great. It was on a 5-second delay, but his dribble was heard all the way around the world. That's how far technology has taken us. I think that's pretty impressive. So I tell myself that all the time. Just a dribble heard all the way around the world. But I enjoy doing this, and I hope you guys enjoy watching. I hope you guys can enjoy participating in the chat, but it's not required. YouTube tells me to tell people to like and subscribe. And YouTube also tells me I'm doing a great job. So what can go wrong, right? I just hit 1,500 views and 45 subscribers. And I think I'm up to like almost 300 viewing hours. I'm moving forward at a snail's pace, but I'm moving forward. It's all good. This is always going to be an inclusive channel, and I hope that by shooting these other videos that I'm doing now that I plan to release on Saturday, I'm hoping that I can build up the chat and get some more viewers, get some more participants. In my opinion, the people in the chat are the guest stars of this show. They determine what we talk about. I do not have an agenda. I do not have a script. I'm just a guy sitting on his couch in his living room that's just winging it. Okay. I don't care what you want to talk about. I'll be here tomorrow at 3 and we'll have time to talk. We got 2 hours. But I do want to tell you that it's my personal belief that if you're always nice to everyone, you're going to like the end result. I believe all that niceness, all that kindness will come back to you tenfold. It's what I believe. The good guys outnumber the bad guys, not just in America, all the way around the world. In my years in Vegas, I met people from every country on this planet. They were all nice people. All of them. Be tolerant to your fellow man. Don't try to pick and choose for him. Don't try to nitpick his life. Every time you try to nitpick somebody else's life, you're telling them it's okay for them to nitpick your life. Be the most tolerant. Be the most understanding person that you can be. None of us are perfect. But as long as all of us are trying, life's going to be good. Okay? I'm Ghost Mostly. I'll see you guys tomorrow at 3. I appreciate you. Please value yourself and value your fellow man. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great evening.